Migration has always been a deeply political subject, but the latest agreement between Uganda and the United States has triggered heated debate across the world. According to reports, Uganda has agreed, at least in principle, to host certain deportees from the US, people who fail to qualify for asylum but cannot safely return to their home countries. While Washington hails this as a practical migration solution, critics argue it is little more than the outsourcing of America's immigration problems. And in Uganda's case, the decision raises profound questions about human rights, political maneuvering, and whether this East African nation is being used as a bargaining chip in a global migration chess game. The details emerging from Uganda's foreign ministry suggest the deal will cover third country nationals who are denied asylum in the US but cannot go home. According to Permanent Secretary Vincent Bagier Waiswa, deportees will only be accepted if they have no criminal record, are not unaccompanied minors, and are preferably from African countries. This distinction is important. The US is not deporting its undocumented migrants to Uganda wholesale, but rather those who fall into a legal limbo, stateless, displaced, or otherwise without a safe destination. The US has already struck similar arrangements with Eswatini and South Sudan, and reportedly held talks with Rwanda. This reflects a broader Trump administration policy shift, which favors third country deals to expedite deportations and reduce pressure on the US asylum system. For Washington, Uganda, already known for hosting one of the largest refugee populations in the world, appears to be a willing partner. Uganda is no stranger to refugees. The country currently hosts around 1.7 million displaced people, the largest refugee population in Africa and the third largest globally after Turkey and Iran. Most come from South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Sudan. Uganda has historically earned praise for its open-door policy, allowing refugees to move freely, work, and access land for farming, something rare in many host countries. International aid for refugee support in Uganda has also declined in recent years, further weakening the system. Interestingly, not all voices in Kampala agree that the deal even exists. Henry Oryem Okello, Uganda's Minister of State for International Affairs, denied any such agreement, claiming that Uganda lacks the infrastructure to host deportees from the US. He insisted that recent bilateral discussions with Washington centered on issues like trade tariffs, sanctions, and visas, not migration deals. This contradiction between officials has only deepened suspicion. The deal has also sparked outrage among human rights organizations. Activists warn that sending asylum seekers to Uganda could put vulnerable people at risk, given Kampala's controversial record on governance, press freedoms, and human rights abuses. Critics also question the legal status of these deportees. Will they be treated as refugees, as migrants, or as prisoners? Some human rights advocates went so far as to call this arrangement modern-day trafficking. For Uganda's long-serving President Yoweri Museveni, who has been in power since 1986, the timing of this deal cannot be ignored. Uganda heads into general elections in 2026, and Museveni is eager to maintain Western support despite international criticism of his rule. By cooperating with the US on migration, Museveni could secure not just political goodwill, but potentially increased financial aid and military assistance. This strategy is not new. Uganda has previously leveraged its role as a regional security partner, especially in Somalia, where Ugandan troops play a key role in the African Union mission to win favor and funding from Western allies. Accepting US deportees could be Museveni's latest bargaining chip. This Uganda deal is part of a broader trend under the Trump administration's second term. The US has already pursued safe third country or relocation deals with Latin American nations such as El Salvador, Honduras, and Panama. Now, with the focus shifting to Africa, Washington appears to be testing how far it can go in externalizing its migration policies. But the risk is clear. Such deals could create new humanitarian crises in countries already struggling with poverty, instability, and weak infrastructure. Uganda's reported agreement with the US to host deportees is more than just a migration arrangement, it is a political gamble with global consequences. For Washington, it represents a strategy to project toughness on immigration without addressing root causes. For Kampala, it may be an attempt to secure international favor and resources ahead of elections. But at the heart of this story are the human beings caught in the middle. Asylum seekers denied protection in the US, now potentially sent to a country already under immense strain.